is really what it was.
So the company was born in Chicago
Yes.
and lasted there. That's where it centered until 1960.
Yes, 67.
It was. Are there people that say you Williams is sold out? You should have kept the company.
No.
Well, we say it.
We say
We
it.
say it.
The family says it, but I couldn't run it. Nor could Sherrie.
Well, I think a lot of it was
Or my
that
brother.
once the certain amount of family came to California, they didn't want to go back to Chicago. They didn't want to go back
My
and
father,
work.
for instance,
We
was the
can
first one to
understand.
split from Chicago.
Same thing
You know,
happened
I mean,
to
how
Hugh
can you
Hefner.
go back when
understand.
you've been to
Dad
California?
left Chicago. He was
Really?
the first one to come out.
Did he ever
No
go to-
son.
Did he ever go to the mansion, the Playboy Mansion? Did he know Hugh? Hugh did the same thing. He's got a
Not my dad. No, my
not
dad.
the
My
same
dad.
thing.
didn't.
It was a
I mean,
little
it's
more-
possible
Sherry's
my
dad might
dad.
have-
It's
Uncle
possible
Bill
my
might
dad.
have
Now,
known
who
him.
was your dad?
Well, my dad was actually raised by Tom Lyle at the Villa Valentino. Tom Lyle bought Rudolph Valentino's villa
Which is
after he
405
died
now.
in
Oh, I read that, and I thought
Yeah.
that was just a description. That was
No,
really
that's-
Valentino.
Oh,
It's a real
yes.
place.
Of course, yes.
Yes,
Wow.
very real.
Good.
The
And-
great lover.
And in Hollywood.
Yes.
Where 405 sits
Who
right
lived
now.
up here?
Oh, well, Noel Jr., which is,
He didn't want to be called Junior.
oh, that's right.
Remember that? Noel
so
Allen.
sorry.
Okay.
Was it Noel the second?
Chuck's
No,
father.
Noel Allen Williams. That's Noel James's son.
There was
And
no
That's my dad.
father. Oh, that your dad was Noel Allen.
Yes.
And,
And his father was Noel James, TL's brother.
I see.
And
They
those are the
moved to
two
Santa
guys
Barbara.
that really put it together.
Are there
Well, you
enough?
see, from what you tell me, they caught the glimpse early, not just of the distribution available
Yes.
in Chicago,
Really early.
but also making it unique
Yes.
with the name, even a slight twist in the name that took it out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
That's what did it.
And they dressed up. You showed me that incredible little thing there of one of the first boxes.
Yes.
And they dressed that's a very elaborate, handsome box for a bunch of tar.
Made in
and
USA,
Vaseline.
too.
See,
You know,
he whips this
but they
little
thought it
metal
out.
box
There was
out, and
the
I thought,
little
oh my God,
mirror
we got
inside.
Oh, yes.
paraphernalia
And
in
the
my
pencil
studio.
and the brush. And I've had this since I
And
was
the mirror.
born. I was
Very
given this when I was
important.
That's
born.
what would
Yeah.
that sell for? Do you know?
It's not for sale.
I know, but what did it sell for?
Oh, back then, I think
Sherrie
it was
would know.
probably 50 cents.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, the original pencil was a dime.
Oh, for
Yeah,
Christ's
and you
the
got to
family got
multiply
10
that
million
by at
dimes
least
in the mail
10.
like
Right.
overnight.
I wonder if we had to train the men, retrain and make that beauty thing, whether men before that cared,
Well, maybe not. Maybe not. And
Here-
maybe this is why they started caring. Because
maybe
the
so.
eyes are the windshield to your...
I cannot
So-
watch.
Yes, they really
I
are.
cannot
What was
watch a
that guy
Hollywood.
that ran around with Cleopatra? You could ask him.
Mark?
Let's
Mark
find out about
Anthony?
that. That's a good one. Barrett can find out about that.
Well, the saga Rags to Riches. It hasn't gone back to rags, has it? We're okay.
No.
All
No,
there's
no,
some
we're
money
hanging
out
in
there.
My
there.
rags are in my car garages.
Is a version of this you're showing us still marketed by L'Oreal
Oh,
today?
no, not a
No,
version
L'Oreal
of that.
actually
oh, no.
Well,
blocked
what-
the lettering, changed
You mean
the
it's
lettering.
different? I mean, they still have
Absolutely.
mascara.
Oh, they have it all.
They just make it differently.
They have
Well,
our whole
they have
line.
a full line now. They have
Yeah.
everything.
L'Oreal does the whole
Everything,
Magilla.
yeah.
Well, they're
L'Oreal wanted
worldwide now.
Maybelline because it was USA.
I mean, they went to the
And
next
that's a big
stage. They're
seller here.
worldwide now,
L'Oreal's
aren't
the
they?
big seller
Oh,
there.
well, Tom Lyle, it was worldwide
Was he?
also. Oh, my
Uh-huh.
gosh. He was the first makeup behind the Iron Curtain. Because of the purity.
Brazil, too.
Yes, and Brazil. Because Maybelline represented such purity, good housekeeping, stamp of approval, and the family was kept secret.
Okay. Did you ever meet Tom Lyle Williams?
Oh, my gosh, of
Many
course, I
times.
grew up with
Okay.
him.
Oh, all right. He was grandpa.
He was.
Grand
I thought he
uncle,
was
grandpa,
grandpa.
uncle.
I thought he
I
was
had the
grandpa.
How
Grandpa
about
Noel.
the grandchildren of him? They're
They
part of the
live
family?
in. Yes, they live in Thomasville.
Are they enjoying the book? Are they behind it and endorsing it, or do you have
Well,
any friction among?
Tom Lyle's grandson just passed away at only like 47 years old about a year ago.
Oh, really?
And at that time, they were very nervous about the story coming out,
Oh, they were.
particularly some of the elements
Skeletons,
that
yes, right.
People will read in.
Are
We're not going to
secret.
say it on the radio,
We're not
but there's
going to-
some
right.
controversy here. There's some
There is a
Desperate
little-
Housewives
Always.
stuff.
Always at this level.
Well, there always is, but the question is, how do you manage to step ahead and survive it?
You keep it in the family.
Because that's always there, but the next step is how does the family handle it?
That's right.
And that's the subtle pride you can take away, apart from just making money and taking advantage of
I'm
markets.
very proud of the
and-
fact that we've been able to do that.
well,
And
also
that's often so subtle, it's very hard to articulate what it is,
That's right.
but it's
when,
there.
when I wrote the book, I made sure that I didn't put any of my take on the characters. In other words, when you read the book, you're not going to be getting my opinion. about
just
everybody.
reporting the skeletons in the closet, I'm sorry, is not going to make you popular with everybody, dear.
No, but they're
as you well know.
ancient.
Oh,
And sometimes there's
ancient
value
stories.
to it
But
to
there's
show
the
what
story,
you've been
though,
able
Baron.
to survive and rise
I'm
above.
sure there is.
It has never been told.
So far,
There it
any
is.
cousins that have read it have really just sent back, I love it. So I
because
haven't
they're
gotten
family.
any negativity yet. And well, they'd be the ones that might not be happy, but.
Please forgive me for asking this. Are there pictures inside the book?
Oh,
yes.
yes, of course.
He likes books with big
I
pictures.
got to have
There's some
pictures.
They're big
pictures with
pictures.
cars,
Big
too.
pictures. And you're going to sign this book tomorrow
I'm going
night?
to sign the book, yes.
Where?
I'm going to sign it at Barnes & Noble
Tomorrow?
tomorrow between 2 and 4.
Oh.
And some of my cousins will be there. Chuck,
Right.
his brother Jim,
Okay.
his sister Nancy, my cousin Anne, possibly my other cousin Christine. So there will be some representation of the entire family there supporting the book.
They're kind of caucusing on the right side of you there as we're talking, my dear. That's fine. Can I put you on the spot? You don't have to answer this.
Of course.
Since you're digging up all the stuff. What brand do you use? You don't. You
No,
don't
no,
look
no,
made
no.
up.
I
but you
use Maybelline
something.
mascara
Still?
and the eyebrow pencil. Yes.
Is it called that?
Well, you know, it's called Great Lash, but you know that every 1.5 seconds, a Great Lash is sold somewhere around the world.
1.5 seconds.
Every 1.5 seconds around the world. Maybelline is still the largest cosmetic company in the world.
It outsells all the rest of the eye products put together. Maybelline's still the top seller.
When a theater production is made in a back room where they're doing makeup for the actors, does that require extra, or can they use the very stuff that the
Very
same
stuff
women?
right off the shelf.
And so they go for a lot of that for highlighting
Truckloads.
and like truckloads of that stuff.
Truckloads.
Man, oh
Well,
man,
also
man.
think of this: a company that started off with a $500 loan
From Noel.
from Noel, the brother,
Okay.
Chuck's grandfather,
Right.
to today over $2 billion?
I'd say the company's at about $2 billion. Yeah.
You're talking
That's-
about L'Oreal?
Yes.
Well, if you look
Acquiring
at
Maybelline.
95
but now
years
comes the big question. Did he
from
pay back the loan?
$500,
Yes.
yes, he paid back
Handsomely.
the loan, and I believe
I
he
still
bought
have a
his
little of it
brother a
left.
car.
My dad actually gave it to me.
Every so often we hear about a big buyout like that, and you wonder what happened. Was it just like Corleone said in The Godfather, deal
It was
make an
done,
offer
it
he
is
couldn't
said.
refuse? It was so much that they offered.
Well,
Everyone
sometimes
tried
they-
to get it, Baron. A lot
that
of
what it
companies
is?
tried to get it.
Revlon wanted it,
But he
Schick,
wanted the right company, and he waited and he waited, and he got it.
Is that
Plow.
right?
Yeah,
It was
Plow.
called Plow.
Is it still centered in Chicago?
No,
It's in France now.
well, yes, it's owned by France, actually.
And L'Oreal
France?
has it.
L'Oreal? Oh,
Yes,
Yeah,
but
L'Oreal's
L'Oreal
in
New
France.
York, of course, is in New York.
Now, in the interim, Maybelline was sold to Sherrie Plow, which is a pharmaceutical company, which is what Tom Lyle really wanted. He didn't want it to go to another cosmetic company because it would disappear then, because the competition would eat. They would want to get rid of it. So he waited and waited. Then Sherrie Plow diversified and was bought by Merck. In the meantime, Maybelline was on the block. L'Oreal picked it up.
I see.
And that was a great thing, because I believe that's what Uncle Lyle and Noah wanted the whole time.
Well, and you know that L'Oreal bought it for the shelf value, because Maybelline does have the
We got
primary.
shelf value. We got a
If
priority.
you walk into
Really?
the
Yes.
drugstores
We
or
get the
the
we get the
discount
first shelf.
houses, that
It's the
is
biggest
what
name
you'd
in
see.
cosmetics.
But for the sale in 1967, everybody,
That was an exciting story.
everybody, not just Tom Lyle, made a few bucks, I guess,
Yes.
right? You
Oh,
all
of
divided
course,
it
there were
about-
26 families
Ooh,
who
mercy.
had stock.
Do you guys get together for Christmas every year?
Oh, yeah.
Or is there a
Well,
family
we do.
reunion
We
time?
do.
For the,
This,
you just
you
you
know,
and
Santa
him?
Yes,
Barbara.
Yes, we do. Sherrie and I are very close.
You come here? I mean, isn't there
Or Chuck
one
comes
major?
down to.
I have
you
an
know.
estate here in Montecito, and
Oh, you
Sherrie
do?
comes to it, and
You have an estate. We have a new friend.
Well,
I
we've
figured that
already
word
been
would do
talking
it.
about a Rolls Royces. He's got one of these newer ones.
Oh, you
Yeah,
talked to
it's only a 75.
My automotive
Right.
guy here.
Yeah, he just showed me some pictures of something that trumps my rolls, but that's all right.
Well,
We'll do other
yours
things.
probably waxes better, but
It's pretty
As
polished.
usual.
but
we-
I wanted to add something too. At least you feel we didn't feel this was necessarily part of our local history thing. Santa Barbara has always been related to Chicago.
really?
It's been sort of Chicago's Newport Beach.
That's true.
You walk into Harry's Plaza.
Yes, that's true.
And we knew Harry really well, my dad, and Harry got talking. and Harry's father actually had a speakeasy in Chicago.
Oh, that's right, Harry Davis.
Which
That's
Harry's is somewhat modeled after, with the narrow front door and all the rooms that go on and on.
Red
behind.
seats.
Jeremy, we're going to make that a show. We got
Yeah.
20 seconds left.
But you can find so many
Only 20?
Chicago backgrounds.
Only 20 seconds.
Well,
see if
let's
you can
make
count that down,
sure
Darren.
that everybody knows that this gang is going to be at Barnes & Noble tomorrow between 2 and 4.
2 and 4. Yeah.
And it's going to be
I'll
quite a
there.
gang there.
And the books and plenty of supply.
Yeah, we got plenty
Oh,
of books
yeah,
on
we
hand.
checked last
and
night.
our
Are you
number
gonna
40
hand
on
out
the bestsellers.
Sherrie
We're handing out
Williams,
mascara.
Chuck, and we'll be back talking about
Thank
Maddie's
you.
Tavern. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it. That was fun.